Caroline. We've just got to Caroline's and it's humongous. Oh my god, don't. Look what's on the bed.
What is it?
Like a little body lotion and stuff. That's so cute. Don't. Look at the bear, for God's sake. That's so sick. What's in there?
Oh, does it go through to this other room?
Oh, we can leave the doors open at night.
No.
What's that? Toilet? This is crazy. Imagine owning this house. Look at the nice shutters though. Wow. Have they? Stop. That's cool.
That's fucking huge.
This is insane.
Fucking shower's huge.
Literally so much room in there. Look at that. Is that a little cheeky Bath and Body Works shower gel? Of course it is. Vampire blood, of course it is. This is the other room. Insane. Oh, look at that. This is so cool. What is this? Like another room? This one?
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, there's a blanket.
Little piano. This is ridiculous, isn't it?
Crazy.
This is humongous. I've just noticed the cushion on one of those beds is Damon's pancakes. This is crazy. Look at the picture of Catherine.
I know.
That's so cool. Oh my god, the bath.
Look,
Stop.
the size of the shower. Oh my god, that is lovely.
That's insane. Get in there for an example. That's crazy.
Literally.
That's insane. I feel like all I'm going to say throughout this whole thing is that's crazy, that's insane. Look at that bath. Okay, that must be used. So we are here in Caroline's house, which is crazy. And it's huge. So cool though. Very excited to be
They
here.
got Cards Against Humanity Vampire Diaries edition.
Well, we're obviously going to have to play that tonight while we get tea. Got chilies for tea. That actually looks saucy. That looks saucy. That looks so good. Very excited. And we're going to obviously watch The Vampire Diaries while we eat. What else would we watch? Can't wait. I'm so excited. Yum. Yum. So, bonus wine. It's giving me stop. Good evening, everybody, or should I say good morning? It's 12:43 and I am currently sat in Caroline Forbes's bedroom. If you are not a Vampire Diaries fan, that will mean nothing to you. If you're a Vampire Diaries fan, it's the pinnacle of places to stay, let me tell you. But I just wanted to come on and say that I am so sorry that the vlog today was not really much of a vlog, because to be honest with you, we travelled from LA at 6 this morning, but because we had two very full, very heavy suitcases each, vlogging was a no-go. Like, I had no free hands all day and it was just a bit chaotic. I'm gonna be real, like by the time we got here in Atlanta, we got the Uber, we were just all exhausted, hungry. It was just not a time to whip out the camera. However, I filmed a few snippets. I hope you enjoyed, and I will basically do like probably one big Vampire Diaries like video from today and the next couple of days, and I won't vlog on the way home because, to be honest, it's just gonna be a travel day, so there's really no point. But as I said, I am currently in Caroline's bedroom, which isn't like, let me show you my view. This is insane. Like, those are our Vampire Diaries t-shirts for tomorrow. I've got a chest of drawers, a makeup table. Like, this room is beautiful, and I feel very lucky and grateful that we planned this trip and that we get to experience this. I'm whispering also because I think all of the other girls are asleep and I don't want to wake them up, because through that door is a bathroom which then leads into another bedroom, so I'm trying to keep quiet. But yeah, basically this just feels very surreal. I feel very lucky, very grateful, and it's just such a bucket list thing. If you guys watch the Vampire Diaries, Honestly, if you can afford to do so, definitely look at coming here. It is not cheap, it's not for the faint of heart, let me tell you, but it's just beautiful. I cannot wait for the tour tomorrow. I am so excited. We have a tour at 10 a.m. It finishes I think at 12, and then we're gonna go shopping. Not like we have any room or weight left in our suitcases. I'm gonna have to completely repack also, because I've bought so many sweets. Don't ask me, but Target just was chaotic. Anyway, yeah, basically we're gonna have a little day of kind of shopping and taking photos and just exploring the area. I'm so excited. Anyway, I just wanted to come on and say goodnight because I haven't really spoken to you guys much today. I feel like this, as I said, today was just an absolute whirlwind of getting to the airport, trying to carry the luggage, and then hoping it made it to the other side, and then getting it here. So it was just chaotic. We had a Chili's, which was okay. I think it would have been nicer, to be honest, at the restaurant, but it is nowhere near here. But it was all right. I would give it like a 7 out of 10. It was okay. And then we just spent the evening just sitting and watching the Vampire Diaries and just chilling out, and it was lovely. It feels weird to be in a room without everybody, but I'm really excited. Anyway, so I just wanted to say hello, and I'm sorry for the awful short. I honestly wouldn't even be surprised if the vlog was 5 minutes long prior to this clip of me talking, so I do apologise, but let's move on to tomorrow, to the tour. I can't wait. I'm so excited. So let's go. I'll see you guys in the morning, and yeah, good night. Good morning, everybody. I have lost count on what day it is. I think it's Saturday. Today is Mystic Falls Tour Vampire Diaries Day, if you can't tell. We are repping the t-shirt today, and welcome back to Caroline's house. And honestly, I did not sleep too great last night. I feel like I just couldn't get off to sleep. I think I fell asleep at like 2:30, and the bed was really comfortable. It was really cozy, but for some reason I could not drift off to sleep. I don't know what it was, but I am up, I am dressed, I am tired. It is currently 9 o'clock. We have to leave here for our tour at 9:30, and it's at 10 till 12. I'm really excited about it, to be honest. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it'll be really fun. I think they take you out on like a tram and you go around, you see the houses and all that kind of thing. I've got half an hour, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try and repack my suitcases because I need to sort them out because they are an absolute mess currently, because I've been pulling stuff out and using stuff. But yeah, we are basically doing our Vampire Diaries tour today, and this is the situation at the moment. I'm just sat in the kitchen. It's actually insane, like it's massive. Truly, I wish we were here longer because I feel like we could make some really lovely meals in the kitchen, but yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go try and repack my suitcase. I'll catch you guys up when we're en route to the tour. As I said, it starts at 10, but we need to be there 20 minutes before. It's a 5-minute walk, so we'll leave at 9:30. That's how my brain works. Anyway, let's go. I'm gonna go and sort my cases out. Also, this window, oh wait, hang on. Look at that. Insane, like it's massive. I truly don't think you can sort of see how big it is, but it's huge. Anyway, I'm gonna repack my suitcases and I will catch you guys up when we are on our way to the tour.
few people to catch up. I do want to kind of play a little thing with y'all. I want to get to know y'all better. Y'all don't have to stand like right on the edge of the road. Actually, y'all come. You're scaring me. Okay. One step off and it turns into the boys. Okay. And if y'all got that reference. Now, really quick, I want to get to know you guys a little bit better. Who here has seen every single episode of The Vampire Diaries? Every single one ever made. Okay. Who's seen some of it but you haven't finished it quite yet? Maybe you got a few episodes left. Okay. And then who's just forced to be here and has never seen a single thing of it? Raise your hand. All right, there we go. Thank you. Now, who watched the originals? Okay. What about Legacies? All right. Who's Team Damon? All right, you raised your hand. Your hand is stuck. Do not raise it again. What about Stefan? We're better than them, please, okay? And don't even start with it's okay to love them both. You didn't even think about Stefan when you threw your hand up for Damon, and y'all did it very fast, okay? That's all I'm saying. Now, let's see. You can raise your hand more than once. What about Klaus? All right, what about Elijah? Okay. Sprinkle some bad boys in there. What about Enzo? All right. And what about the baddest man himself? What about Kai Parker? Thank you. Now, the 6 of us, amazing tour. The rest of y'all do not speak to me, okay? Now, look, don't even get me started. I'm in a good mood this morning. I don't want to ruin it. Now, a little bit about the tour before we actually jump into it. Every single house that we visit today is 100% lived in, except for one. That one's actually right here behind us. This is Caroline's house. Caroline's house is an Airbnb, and people pay so much money to stay here. I'm saying that this house is lived in, so please, after the tour, do not go knock on anybody's door. Don't go up to their porches, and always respect the little private property signs that they have. Now, let's say the Vampire Diaries uses a house for 8 seasons. It's kind of up to the house or the homeowners if they'll film inside and out, but for them to do that for 8 years, it was very rare. A lot of these homeowners did have younger kids at the time, and the Vampire Diaries just doesn't want to come in and mess up their schedules back to back to back, okay? Now, if they use the house for 1 season, 1 episode, something in that short time frame, they're always going to film inside and out because that's going to save them the most money. Believe it or not, the Vampire Diaries, a little cheap in season 1, okay? I don't know if y'all can tell from watching the show, but they were not getting funded nearly as much as they were around 5 and 6. Because of this, they had to be very strict on the little house rule they set in place. But they filmed here for almost 9 years straight. Stuff happens, okay? So any house that we go to that doesn't follow that, hey, Brian! Any house we go to that doesn't follow that, I will let y'all know, okay? Another thing, who here has seen the pilot episode of The Vampire Diaries? Everybody should raise their hand. You're forced to be here, you've watched it one time. Yeah, there we go. Now, who else is a fan of Twilight? Okay? Believe it or not, those two actually overlap. Have y'all ever noticed that everything from the pilot is different from what you see in the show? Damon's a crow, he can control the fog, every house is different, and they never bring that back up. That's because it was actually filmed on the soundstage of New Moon in Vancouver. It's the only episode never filmed in Covington or in Georgia. When that episode aired, they had the highest viewership the CW, I think still to this day, has ever seen. 5 million people watched the pilot the night that it aired on TV. They got signed for 6 seasons straight off the bat. That's why season 1 through 6 is a little bit better than 7 and 8, because they had 6 years to plan where it was going to go. Now, they came to Georgia because Georgia has cheaper taxes on film. That's why so many things film in Georgia alone. Then they chose Covington. Covington's what you call a camera-ready city. And basically what that means is they have all the base permits set up for filming, so a show comes in, pays the city, and they can really film whenever they want to. It's that easy. It's a lot faster, it's cheaper, and that's why so many things film in Covington alone. Now, another thing, I do want to let y'all know, I am going to talk about Elena's house, but y'all just give me a second. Fun little fact, this house, or Elena's house, is actually the first house they ever signed a contract for. So when they got to Georgia, they chose this street. Because of that view, it has the clock tower right down the road. They wanted to be able to get that in every shot that they can. It is the money shot. Then they decided, oh, we'll ask them. They say yes. So they chose that house first, and you'll notice, every house is right next door to each other on the tour. Pretty much right next door to each other. And it's because they don't want to spend the money to take the camera 40 minutes away from a house they already chose if the neighbors say yes and they can just roll it right over here and do that all in one day. So as you go on, you'll notice, but it's just them trying to save as much money as they can. Are y'all ready for me to break your hearts about Elena's house? Y'all ready for this? Guess what? They never filmed inside. Never. If you go back, the interior of that house is completely different from what you see in the show. And we just talked about the pilot, how everything changes. The only thing that never changes from the pilot is the interior of Elena's house. And that's because it wasn't real soundstage they used in Vancouver. When they got here to Georgia, they just rebuilt it on set and continued to use it. Now, they do film on location quite a bit, and they try to hide the fact that they're not filming inside. Always pay attention to that front door when you're rewatching the show. If they're filming a scene, and let's say they're standing there, the door's wide open, that means they're on set. But if they step out and they shut it, that means they're actually filming on location, because there's a wall right there where the stairs are supposed to be in the show. A scene that might help y'all see this too, and I know you'll remember it. Do y'all remember when Catherine and Damon are making out on the front porch? Damon thanks Selena, Jenna thanks Selena, and so does everybody else. So what does Jenna do? She opens the door to tell Elena, you need to come inside. But when she opens it, she cracks the door, pokes her head around the corner, and you cannot see behind her. And that's because they were actually standing on that porch while they filmed it. Another thing, spoiler alert, they didn't burn it down, right? It's still standing right there. The only reason you ever got that storyline in the show, they sold this house in 2016. The best way to deal with a new homeowner is you just kind of burn it down and don't ever talk about it again. Luckily, the lady that bought it, she did not care about filming. And it actually sat on the market for quite some time because nobody just wanted to deal with it. Well, finally, they decided the next person that's interested, we just won't tell her that it was used in the show. She buys the house, has no idea. A week after she moved in, we had to break the news to her that her house was that famous. Yeah, it was not a good day for anybody. There's 40 people standing in front of her house, mind you. Now, a week after we did that, the filming crew showed up and asked if they could continue to film. She said, sure, why not? And that's why you saw it come back in the prison world, the very end of the Vampire Diaries, and in Legacies. Okay? Now, next door you have Caroline's, and like we already talked about why they're neighbors, you never see Caroline's in the pilot, so they can kind of make this whatever they want to. They do end up filming right there in the foyer just to save them a little bit of money. So when you open that front door, what you can see from the door is on the show. They just never actually filmed in the bedrooms. And if any of y'all watch Sweet Magnolias on Netflix, right behind y'all have Maddie's house on that corner. I do have a couple of funny stories I want to share you guys, especially for Elena's. We watched a lot of filming at Elena's. I'm gonna scoot in so they can walk by. But with Elena's house, this is actually one of the first places we ever got to meet Joseph Morgan while they were filming. Y'all might remember the scene where Klaus grabs a white picket fence post from that corner and he takes it back to Elena's. Up until this, they were very secretive about what they were gonna do. Because keep in mind, for the first, couple weeks, they had no idea who was even gonna play him. Then when they hired him on to play it, they don't want to bring him on location and we automatically see who's gonna end up playing Klaus. So as soon as that episode aired where you saw his face for the first time, they immediately brought him on location and they started to film with him. When they were filming this scene, we were actually sitting up there. Y'all can see that street sign. There's also a one-way sign on the top of the hill. We're sitting right there. We're watching them film. They have the road partially shut down because Joseph does have to interact with it. Well, they did the scene like 5 different times and something kept going wrong. We had no idea what it was. And then all you heard was the director go, Joseph, the road is closed, just walk this way, because Klaus took the crosswalks to Elena's every time they filmed it. Now, another thing too, and Caroline's, y'all might remember the scene. Matt, Caroline, and Elena are all standing on her front porch. Matt's like, oh my God, Elena, you can't walk home alone at night. Let me take you, I'll be a hero, you can thank me later. This is exactly how they filmed that scene. Matt and Elena walk off of Caroline's front porch. They go to that crosswalk. They cut the camera. They go over the crosswalk and walk in front of Elena's house. All Matt Donovan had to do was stand right here and go, have a nice night, and then walk back inside. Do not let him gaslight you into anything. He's not a good dude, all right? Yeah, I'm a big Matt Donovan hater, if y'all couldn't tell that. And lastly, I just remembered that this happened, and I love this photo because the photo looks Photoshopped. But right here on the corner we were sitting, this is about season 3, I think. I do not remember what scene they were actually filming though, but we're all sitting on the corner, they're filming at Elena's. We had this guitar and the owner of the tour was gonna get Ian to sign it so she could auction it off for charity. Well, she keeps holding it up and Ian's going like this because they were behind on time. Well, finally Jessica gets impatient. She stands up and she goes, Ian, please, it's for charity, just come sign it. And he goes, well, why didn't you tell me that? Cut the cameras. And ran across Elena's yard just so he could sign that guitar for her that day. And I have photos of him doing it if y'all want to see it. Look, I'm not going to talk about how amazing Ian is the whole tour because he really is, but this is just an example of what he would do for us, and he is a great guy. I want to talk about Lockwood. And Ben already kind of talked to y'all about this a little bit. I love Lockwood because Lockwood breaks every single rule I've even talked about in this whole tour. It does its own thing. They actually do film inside, outside. Every inch of this yard has been on screen at one point or another. That's because when the show came here to start filming in season 1, they realized these homeowners, they don't have kids, they're retired, they got all this free time, and everything inside already looks the way that they want it to, so they do not have to pay to bring props in. That saved them a ton of money in season 1. If you ever want to know what Lockwood looks like, watch the first season of the show. An example of this, do y'all remember when Bonnie's standing in the red dining room? She turns around to walk away, looks back, and now all the candles on the dining room table are lit on fire. The only prop in that scene were the candles on the table. Everything else is actually the homeowners, and it still looks the exact same way to this day. Now, another thing. I'm going to tell y'all the most controversial, the most famous, and my personal favorite scenes. If there's one that I don't talk about, y'all please just ask me, and I'll let you know if I know anything about it or not, okay? Starting with the most controversial thing in this backyard. Who thinks they know where that fountain's from in the front? Anybody got a guess?
Drowning.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
What, who said it?
Drowning.
Y'all think it's where Klaus drowns Mrs. Lockwood?
Yep.
It's not. So, look, that was a trick question. This is supposed to be where Klaus drowns Mrs. Lockwood. They actually had it sanitized, clean, ready to go. When they got out on the property that day, they could not get the permit to drown her on private property. They had to go out to the square, which is public property, rebuild that entire fountain, and that's where Mrs. Lockwood dies at. It was a fully functioning replica they built. It took about 3 hours. We were so excited. We had front row seats to see what was about to go down. Soon as they got done building it, they parked 18-wheelers all around the center of the square, so you could not see a single thing. Look, even though you couldn't see what was going on, we sat out there anyway. And there were people walking around to the shops, the restaurants, kids out there getting ice cream at Scoops, and all you heard was a lady screaming for her life over and over and over again, and you didn't know what was happening. Now, next door to the fountain in the front yard, y'all are gonna see a little white bench. It actually looks exactly like that, but it's the one in the front. That's where Tyler and Vicky are sitting at Founders Day. They're arguing because Tyler snuck her into the side. Well, she gets up, she walks away towards the fountain. Mrs. Lockwood walks up right behind Tyler and goes, "Well, you know what, Tyler? That's what you get for bringing trash into the party." Now, another thing, one of my all-time favorite scenes from the show, and I don't mean just at Lockwood, Klaus is standing in that front door. Michael's standing in front of him, and he's holding Catherine by the pillar. Klaus is like, "You know what, Father? I'm calling your bluff. Kill her." So Michael starts to run his mouth, and Klaus goes, "Kill her!" He said it so loud that day it rattled the windows on the front porch. Joseph Morgan is the best actor to ever work on this show. That's a fact, not an opinion. Do not argue with me, okay? Now, later on, they do end up killing Michael, and they actually kill him in front of the brick right there where the steps are. When they kill him, he's an original, so his body catches on fire. They left the body burning for way too long. So for 3 years here, there was just a burnt body mark in the brick at Lockwood, and the homeowners loved that thing. They never tried to get rid of it. Every time somebody pull up in the driveway, they'd see it, they'd go and ask Ben, and he'd go, "Well, I just don't think you should ask questions you don't know the answer to." And he'd never told a single soul where it came from. Now, moving on into the backyard. I have to talk about the most famous thing back here, and it's actually right behind y'all. I don't mean Olivia, I mean those steps. This is where Caroline walks down in her beautiful wedding dress. Come on down, Olivia. Dun, dun, da, da, dun, dun, da, da, dun, dun, da, da, dun, dun. All right, woo! Now, this is where Caroline walks down in her wedding dress. She goes to that altar to marry Stefan. Now, that's not the actual altar from the show, but the homeowners are nice enough. They rebuilt this just so y'all could take photos underneath it. Sadly today, though, because they are replacing the grass, we can't actually get under it, but if you stand beside it, you can angle it to make it look like you're standing in front of it, okay? Now, another thing, if y'all look back to the stairs again, Miss Mystic Falls, the one with April Young and Matt Donovan, does take place down here. So let me set the mood. Drop in the ocean, changing the weather. I was praying that you and me might end up together. Woo! But this is where April Young walks down in her dress. She meets Matt at the bottom to do the hand dance, and then Matt Donovan pulled out that god-awful smirk that everybody made fun of for years. Now, above the dam, y'all can see that concrete bench at the top. That is where Klaus and Caroline had their first date. He's making fun of her Miss Mystic application. They pop open a bottle of champagne. You also have another scene. Catherine and Stefan walk from the middle of the dam, and they go all the way to the bench. When they get there, Stefan basically tells Catherine, look, you're crazy, I don't love you, you're insane. So she picks up a candlestick holder and just stabs him in the gut for saying that to her. After she stabs him in that same episode, Stefan and Elena are sitting at that white bench. They're talking about what just happened with Catherine. Well, Stefan lifts up his shirt, which I know y'all all remember very well, and Damon walks around the corner and goes, cover up, Fabio, we got a crazy ex on the loose. Now, directly behind, or beside y'all, that bird box. In front of that bird box in this area is where Damon bites Caroline in the first season. She's filled with her veins, so he just drops down to the ground. Reba, drop. All right, never mind. She don't listen. Now, I can't just let y'all go ahead and take photos without me talking about parties that happen at Lockwood. This is your party house, and if you look around, this is why. You can fit about 400 people on this property and still have room to move around. But when you have, let's say, the Masquerade Ball, Founders Day, a big party, that's typically how many people are here. It's 350 to 400. And that's not just actors and extras. That's catering, lighting, all of these people that make these shows run behind the scenes. And if you have a scene with 60 people and one person talks way too loud, now everybody has to get right back where they were and film the scene all over again. The Vampire Diaries especially, they don't want that to happen. I'm not sure about other productions, but most not big productions will do this. They'll do everything in silence and then just kind of add it back in later on. So imagine this, when they filmed the Masquerade Ball, that was 5 days straight of filming. They had people out here, beautiful dresses, they had masks on. They even hired an entire circus to come out to the property. People are juggling, walking on stilts, blowing fire all throughout the yard, but there's no sound happening. I want y'all to really experience this, okay? So on the count of 3, we're gonna dance to nothing. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3, dance. Imagine doing this 5 days a week for 16 hours a day. Look, the neighbors right there thought there was a cult being ran back here. Look, Klaus Son does something similar. He brings everybody back here for homecoming. They have the band right there with the stage. That band was My Morning Jacket, and they played 4 notes the whole time they were on the property. They would play 1 note, the extras would start dancing, and then they just kind of like airplay while they were being filmed.
If you know exactly what it is, don't say it just yet for me. But raise your hand if you have a guess. What do you think? I know it. So don't say it. You got any guesses over here?
I know it.
Guesses? Anybody? Going once. Somebody say something. What's up? You think it's the old Lockwood? What do you think? There's Stefan's house? The Stefan's house? What do you think?
The nicest foreclosure in town.
You think it's Isabel's?
Yeah.
Who else got a guess? You think it's Michelson's? Anybody got another guess? Okay. All right. These are all good guesses. Anybody else? Anything else? You were right. This is your ancestor witch house. Oh! Yes. So this is where 100 Salem witches were tied to the stake and burned. Now it does look very different in person than it does on the show. When they started filming here, it was owned at the time, but had not been lived in for about 20 years. Now it does take longer than 20 years to look as bad as it did on the show. We do have some pictures that are floating around to kind of jog your memory. Now the crew did have to come in and add a lot of like costume makeup. They took the shutters down. They made it look really abandoned and run down, kind of spooky, if you will. And they made it so scary though that even Stefan, he did not want to film in there at all. Like they had to shove him in that basement with extra crew members just to hide the coffins from Klaus. And they left the front door open so he could run out. So that was fun. Now this house, it is in half of the series. It's in season 2, season 3, season 4, and season 8. But the new homeowners, they did such a good job making the house look like it does today. They couldn't really film here in season 8 because it wasn't spooky anymore, right? So that is going to be on a soundstage. If you go back and watch that season, the pillars, the columns behind me are a little taller, a little skinnier, and you don't see the two sides of the houses in that season. Now it is for an older time period, so that kind of makes sense for it to look that way. In the story, though, it is kind of hard to find. It's in the middle of the woods. Damon's the only one who knows where it is, right? Spoiler alert, it's right here in Covington. It's got its own driveway. It's not that hard to find, guys. But to go with that storyline, though, anyone entering or leaving the property, they're going to come from this tree line right here behind you. Speaking of, that is where Damon brings Bonnie for the first time to come get the power of the witches. They've got Jeremy tagging along, and they go in the house. They get the power, and then Bonnie and Jeremy are walking away. There's pictures of them walking away in the yard. And then Jeremy, he wants to know what it feels like to have that much power that she absorbed from them, right? And if you remember when she did absorb the power, she screams her head off as if she's in pain. That's because they were giving her a warning, and they made her feel what it felt like to be burned. So if the warning was if she used all that power that she would die too. So she does pretend to die at some point in the series. It's to convince Klaus that she's dead so they can come and get him. And she comes back and hides in this house. So you see it again there. But as they're walking away, back to that storyline, you got Jeremy and Bonnie. He's like, what does it feel like to have that much power, right? Bonnie kind of smirks at him. She closes her eyes, puts her hands up. Then what happens, guys? The thunder and the lightning rolls, and the wind and the leaves are circling all around them like a tornado. And the witches missed their cue again today. I knew they would because they took all the clouds before we got here. We'll talk about this later, ladies. So they could not, if I could recreate the thunder and lightning for you, I'd totally do it right now. I cannot. That was all CGI, so that's how they made that work. But the wind and the leaves, though, that was 100% real. They had big bags of leaves. They had a big industrial fan. 2 or 3 guys out here with leaf blowers, and they really created that TV magic that you see. It was a lot of fun to watch. But I felt bad, though. They had one guy on the crew who had a big rake, and he had to rake up all of those leaves after every take. If you didn't know this, it's considered littering to leave that many leaves on the ground. Now, if y'all could explain it to me, I'd love to know, because trees litter every day and they're not getting arrested, right? We'll talk about a few more scenes. I know it's hot out here. There's not a lot of shade. So y'all remember Uncle Daddy John Gilbert? Yeah? Y'all like him? Okay, we're on the same page. He walks out that front door. He drops dead. We don't have to deal him to the end of the series. Y'all can clap for that. Dead John. All right. Speaking of bad parents, we do have Esther. She does a big scene out here. She tries to one-up Isabella's Mom of the Year. And she's got all of her kids linked together to Finn. She's got the power of the witches on her side. She's ready to do a mass murder because she's sad that she released vampires on the world. What better way to get rid of them than link them all together? If you kill one original, you kill their entire storyline. So she's ready to go. And then what happens? Damon, he comes along and does Damon. He turns Bonnie's mom into a vampire. That breaks the link to those witches, right? But Esther, she's still ready to go. And she gets a little upset, and she's like, sisters, do not abandon me! Y'all remember that? Okay, so that was cute. Y'all could clap for that. It was kind of good. But since we are here at the witch's house, I know it's super hot, and y'all want to take your photos as quick as you can. You can stand right out here in front, or you can do something witchy, maybe with the people you've met today that have been helping you with your photos. Y'all can link up over here. Look up, close your eyes, though. That sun burns, okay? You're going to say, Incendia! And then go back on ChatGPT and turn this into fire for me. Y'all want to do that? Have some fun. At the beginning of the tour, Presley mentioned that pilot episode. If y'all remember, it starts out in a cemetery, right? And she's writing in her journal, Dear Diary. So when they came here to Georgia, they needed another cemetery. Now, we do have a real one. We'll point it out to you on the way back to the visitor center. And they fully intended on filming in that cemetery. But it is the only place here in town that doesn't have those base permits already in place because, one, it's one of the oldest cemeteries in the state of Georgia, so it dates back to the 1700s. Now, you have to have next of kin signature for each individual headstone that they put on screen. So you can imagine being that old, it's kind of hard to find family members who may not exist. But they did find one secluded area off to the side. It had 3 headstones, 1 family, 1 signature. So they filmed this scene I'm about to talk about there. Do y'all remember Isabel? She's compelled by Klaus to pull off her daylight necklace and burn in front of Elena. That was filmed in that real cemetery. Now, fun fact, when they started filming it, it looked kind of fake because there were only 3 headstones out there. So you saw the fake ones in the visitor center. They did a really good job making those look like real headstones. If you watched it, you probably didn't even know that there were fake ones out there. Now that I've told you, you can go back and you can kind of tell which ones are which. But they did do a really good job. They put extra headstones out there. They filmed that scene, and you would never know that some of those were fake. They do blur out the background of some scenes so that they can film in multiple locations for different things. So another scene in a cemetery, you would think it's in the real one, but it's actually right out here in this park. You remember Aunt Jenna's funeral? She didn't deserve to die, guys. So if you were out here in this park and you needed to make it look like a cemetery, can anybody point out where you think it might be? Anybody? Okay, you pointed over here. So yes, they did put those fake headstones right out here behind me and on the opposite side, on that little hilly area. So at the time of filming, that building, the concrete, those benches, none of that was here. They did, however, have those 2 trash cans. So if you see the one that's closest to you right there behind you, it's kind of worn out around the base because people walk up to it a lot. So if you were to take that trash can away, it kind of looks like a fresh grave. The crew thought the same thing. So they picked up that trash can, they buried Aunt Jenna underneath it, and they put it back on top of her when they were done. She didn't deserve that, guys. I got a list about 3 people. Matt Donovan's at the top for sure. If they would have ever actually killed him off and he stayed dead, I'd have put him in that trash can. We did start a joke a few years ago, though. It's hashtag Aunt Jenna's trash can. Never thought it would stick. It's one of our most used hashtags now. She does know about it. She's been out here. She's filmed a TikTok video and everything. If you want to go take your photo there today, what I want you to do is go back home and then crop dead Jenna's body into it and tag us. She loves to see it. She might even comment on it if you do. It's a fun little thing. Now in that scene though, you do see Alaric. He comes, the camera's under that willow tree behind you. It's facing out this way. He comes walking up to her grave. He lays his flowers down to mourn her. And you can see behind him, and you'll see that bridge right there. So you'll know you're right out here in this park. Now, where that picnic table is behind you, I said it wasn't here, but that is the exact spot that Stefan and Damon were standing during the funeral, and they're having a conversation. And Damon reveals that he's been bitten by Tyler. He's like, I don't want Elena to have another grave to mourn over. Don't tell her. And we're like, really? You think you're next in season 2? You're not. And then he turns around, right, and he walks away. So that when they were talking, they were standing right there. They had fake gates out here to make it look like a real cemetery. Then he turns around and does that walkaway scene. That part was actually filmed in the real cemetery. So I said they do blur out the backgrounds of scenes so they can use it for multiple things. Can you guess what else might have been filmed out here? That's not a cemetery and not a funeral? No guesses? All right, we're gonna use our imagination then. I want y'all all to breathe in, puff up your chest, blow out your imagination down this road. What you're looking at is your Whitmore campus, guys. Right? You saw those lamp posts up and down this road. They had long Whitmore banners on them. This is where they filmed for that. So they did film in a real university. It was over in Oxford, Georgia, about 10 minutes from here. It was Emory University. They take exterior shots of like dorm rooms and frat houses if you're being thrown out of a window, things like that. Then they splice it into this scenery right here. And I'll give you a hint. If you go back to watch it, look at their feet, guys. Don't look at my feet. Look at their feet. If they're on red bricks, they're on that real campus. If they're standing on asphalt, grass, leaves, sitting at a picnic table, or right over here on this rock wall, they're in this park. So they did use this Whitmore. I'll give you a couple scenes as reference. I believe if you turn around, we have Olivia as Mr. Jeremy Gilbert. He comes to visit Elena. They come jogging right through those 2 planters, and ultimately they end up right here at this bench behind me. Now this picnic table here is the only one that has not been replaced since filming, so Jeremy's cute butt was actually on it, okay? You can take photos there today. He was sitting on this closest side if you want to reenact him, and then Elena's on the other. They've got the camera over this way facing this natural spring behind me. You do see a couple of extra people sitting on the top rock there, not the cats, they're actual people. And it's a cute little scene, but kind of a waste of 5 minutes, right? Because all they're talking about is how to get Bonnie out. We know she gets herself out. Okay, so this is what it went like. How are we gonna get Bonnie out? Oh, we'll figure it out. Well, never heard that before. Scene. That was it. Now, just right here, I said if you're sitting on a rock wall, there was another cute little scene. We're out here watching it. They didn't mind us watching it because it wasn't anything important. All right, don't worry about it. It's an animal attack, okay? So you've got Elena and Caroline. They just flipped that camera around. They're facing out this way. You do see all this behind you, but they have not the porta potty. They have those dorm rooms. Now, clearly, they had fireplaces in those dorm rooms. They did not have porta potties. They had indoor plumbing, okay? So you got those buildings that they spliced in here. They're sitting right here. You got extras walking up and down the road. And it's just Caroline and Elena. They're talking about their school schedule, how they're done with men. They don't want to date them anymore. And then Liam walks his cute butt up and sits right down next to Elena. Caroline gets up and walks away. Now they're sitting there on a big plaid picnic blanket and they're drinking coffee. They have hot coffee cups. Have y'all been to Bread and Butter yet? You've got one in your hand. This is an actual prop, guys. So they love to give back to the community as much as possible. They could have gone on Amazon, ordered a massive amount of coffee cups, and done it that way, but they like to give back to us. So they would go to Bread and Butter, they put a Whitmore sticker on it, and they'd come right out here to this park and film it. So if you have one or you want to come back later and do it, you can sit in the exact spot in a filming location. You got a prop in your hand, and you got dead Jenna in the back, guys. Knock out 3 things at once. You want to talk about another scene out here? Yeah. We're going to move down a little bit so I can show it to you. Y'all know what this is over here in the pond?
Elena and Damon's kiss scene in the rain.
It is the Delana rain kiss flashback scene, guys. Elena has Alaric take all of her memories away. When they start flashing back, they show different scenes. One of those iconic scenes is going to be that rain kiss scene. They have a tiny little dock that they built. They put it right out on the other side of the pond. When they filmed it, you could see the bridge behind them. It had like Christmas lights on it, and then they blurred out the background so you didn't know you were at Whitmore. Now, when they filmed this, back then, they would film 10 hours a day, maybe 12 tops. They did have to meet those deadlines. These shows came out every Thursday. They only filmed a couple of episodes ahead of time, so they had to get it right. Now, they couldn't always film in other places, but this is a public park, so they couldn't film all day in other places. Here, there are no restrictions. They're out here as long as they want to. Now, I told you we watched that scene from Whitmore over there, and then they told us, hey, you guys got to pack up and leave. We don't want y'all to leak this information. It's a really important scene for the show. And our boss Jessica was like, come on, y'all, pack up your stuff. We'd never make them kick us out. And we walked down here. And then there's a gray house just across the way. We knocked on their door and paid them $100 to sit in their yard all night. Yeah, the production got a little mad about that. We thought we weren't going to get to see filming anymore. Obviously we did. But they did the same thing they did for that fountain in the square. They paid semi-trucks to park all around this park, put up big sheets where we couldn't see anything. But like I said, they had a security guard. They put him right there next to us. Security guards have walkie-talkies, guys. The crew's got walkie-talkies. We could hear everything that was going down. So that scene, now there's a lot more places in, a lot more rules in place now. They don't film like they used to. Those long hours and year round, you only get a week off here or there. Nowadays, like when Netflix was here for Sweet Magnolias, they only film 3 to 5 months out of the year. So these things don't happen. So that scene, it was supposed to be in springtime on the show, right? It's December here in Georgia. We already said 2 or 3 times it was a rain kiss scene. So they had a machine out here. They are pouring freezing cold water on Nina. She's out there in that pond. She's cold and wet. They pull her aside, warm and dry, cold and wet, warm and dry. She was shivering so much they couldn't get the scene right. They were literally out here filming until 4 a.m. that day. That's a 16-hour shoot. That's a long shoot just to be kissing somebody, okay?
I mean, I'd be fine with that.
Right? Now, so at one point, it's 4 a.m. in the morning, her hairdresser comes over that walkie-talkie's like, she's done, we're done, wrap it up. Now, we were at Bread and Butter like a month or so later, getting ready for a tour, got our coffee, we ran into that hairdresser. Like, what happened that was so bad that y'all had to, like, shut down as quick as y'all did? And he said, she got so cold and so sick, she had icicles on her baby hairs, right? Now, I know I see your mouth dropping up, and you're like, oh, you feel bad for Nina. Dude, she doesn't even remember that happened. That scene made her so much money. She's had so many more Christmases since then. She did not get to go home that year, unfortunately. Now, I know I took y'all on an emotional roller coaster just now, but I'm about to end it with this. Who are my Damon fans? All right, guys, I'm a Damon fan too, but clearly his kisses were not keeping her warm, okay? That's all I'm going to say. Maybe that's why they broke up. Don't quote me. I don't know. No, I think they were broken up before that scene, honestly. But that's probably what made it so awkward. And even Nikki Reed, she would come out and watch scenes too. I can't remember if she was here that night, but I can imagine that would be super awkward, right? Y'all can go down there. There's a staircase behind you. There's a staircase behind me. If y'all want to recreate the scene, please do. Have as much fun as you like. It is a narrow bridge, so if you do go out there, be careful. If you fall in, you're not going to drown. It's only like a foot of water, but you see how green and mucky it is? It stinks real bad, okay? You're not riding on my tram. You can get on the other girls' trams all day, but you're not riding with me if you fall in, okay?
just finished our Vampire Diaries tour. That was thoroughly enjoyable actually, apart from the fact it is a million degrees. I thought LA was hot. This is a different level of hot. It's humid. We've luckily had these fans the whole time, but I think now what we're going to do is head back to the Airbnb, quickly drop off some bits and then head into town and get a coffee and a drink because we are parched. So that is the plan, and we've just stepped out from where the tour is, and there's this, like, I don't really know what you'd call it. It's just got all the kind of popular things they filmed here, but there's absolutely loads. It's all on the back of here. KK. Anyway, yeah, that's all the stuff they filmed here, so quite a lot. We're on Caroline's bench. Nope, porch swing.
We're on the swing.
We're on the swing. I just put my hand through a cobweb. I feel like somebody will come up to us and be like, you can't be on there.
Yeah, probably. The fuck I can't.
Can you imagine just like reading a book out here? Imagine coming out here with your morning tea and we feel like a croissant. Oh, no job. The world go by. No job, I do. No job. Just got a lane next door. Yeah. Literally across the street. Or just pop to a lane. Yeah. I'm so thirsty, it's actually not even funny. Dying for a drink. I'm really hungry. Beth's on the rocking chair, being a little grandma. On a great time.
Yeah, that's what talking class. I mind the kids with names, but no faces.
Oh my gosh, look at that. Yeah. Razzles, taffy, pick and mix. Oh, we could get pick and mix for the plane. Beth, they do pickle flavour taffy.
Who has these?
Clark bar. Oh,
Share it though.
Reacher. Root beer, bubblegum, caramel, lemon, peanut butter. Ooh, today's flavours. My goodness. Hold on. Obviously cappuccino chip. Love it. What flavours did you get, Zoe?
Mint and cotton candy.
Steph, what'd you get?
Cappuccino chip and I think it was called butter crunch or something.
Love it. Beth, what'd you get?
Cherry and cappuccino, which don't really go, but I just wanted them both.
No, don't blame you. I got birthday cake and cappuccino, so good. $8 in case you're wondering. And it's actually delightful.
I'm not even joking, if we ordered this in LA it'd be like $15.
Quite Stephen large, aren't they? Hollywood. Oh, well,
Yeah.
not got away from it.
Should also put the better flavour at the bottom. So we've just finished our ice cream. What did you think of yours, Steph? Did you like it?
Massive and tasted amazing.
Yeah, it was humongous. Like, we didn't really finish it. There was so much ice cream in that cone. It was just a lot. Like, it's probably like a whole tub of Ben & Jerry's, and I'm not even exaggerating, like, it was a lot of ice cream. But we are now on the hunt for a nice cold drink because we are so thirsty. It's not even funny. Oh, Nina Dobrev, hang on. Not actually Nina Dobrev, obviously. Wait a sec. There we go. How fun. Anyway, we are on the hunt for a nice big drink because we're all just parched, and then I think we're going to mooch around with the shops, to be honest. It's like a cute little square situation, so we're going to have a nice walk around. But yeah, if I don't get a liquid beverage ASAP, I think I might pass out. Oh, Crystal Steph. We're going to have to go in there, aren't we? We're going to have to have a look.
Now we're going to drink.
No, I need a drink first. Of course we'll have a look. Of course we will. Might need some actually for the Airbnb because it feels a little bit creepy in there. What's this one? Bitten? The label? No? Oh. Love that. This is cute. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna get a drink and then mooch in the shops. So we've just had our bubble tea. We are finally hydrated at 2:19, and now we're going to do some shopping. So enter the shopping montage of all the things we're going to buy. I'm very excited. We are firstly starting off at Vampire Stalkers headquarters, which is like the tour people's shop. So this is what it looks like. Have fun. Okay, ready? Is your bank account going down? Mine is. Let's go. We're just doing a loop around the square. All I have secured so far is a postcard, but we're still having a little browse around. But the shops are really cute, they're really random and really small towny, which is really fun. But yeah, apparently it's 31 degrees but feels 37. It's so warm. But it's a beautiful day. And also we did see a celebrity. We saw the guy who plays Cole on the Vampire Diaries, so that was fun. I just filmed an entire clip and I wasn't even recording, but basically what I came on to say is that we are off to Mystic Grill this evening. I'm very excited about it. I feel like this is the meal that we've all been waiting for this entire trip. Granted, we have had a lot of really good food, but I think this specific meal, we're very excited about it. So it is currently 5:30 and we are going to try and leave around now and go and have some food, which I'm really looking forward to. And on myself, for my outfit, I've got on my white play suit and my Converse. I was going to wear flip-flops, but we've decided against the flip-flop situation. I just can't do it. So this is my outfit. So let's go and get some food. I'm very excited. We are en route to Mystic Grill. Are you excited, Steph? Yes. You guys excited? So jolly. Yeah, I'm very excited and it feels so much nicer now the sun is not shining on our face. I'm not going to get drunk again. That's not happening.
Trying to birthday.
Oh, I couldn't possibly. No. I have never felt so ill. That was horrendous. I cannot. So that is not happening. However, I think I'm going to get the steak though because it looks great. And it comes with mash and asparagus. And I feel like I need a very good homey cooked meal-esque vibe. So, do you know what you're going to get, Steph?
I would have got a steak, but it comes with mash. I hate mash. So I need to survey the options, maybe something seafoody.
You do love a
I
seafood.
do vibe with that.
Yeah, that pasta sounded good. Even though I don't like seafood, it sounded really nice. That
Is it like black shrimp?
yeah, black shrimp.
Alfredo?
Yeah, something like that. I
Yeah.
feel like that was a bit of you.
Probably be better.
Yeah. So very excited to go though. Apparently, it doesn't look anything like it does in the series on the inside, but I have seen pictures of the inside and it does look nice. So I'm very excited. Yeah, absolutely. And apparently there is loads of signed like menus dotted around, so you can see them all on the wall. It's like a sweet, actually.
But not. That's why I might. It basically just takes like it goes kind of cider with black in it, with beer in it.
Oh, it does. Does anybody want a sip of my lemonade? Offers there.
That one.
That is really coconutty. Yeah, you might like it. Fried pickles. Okay, you can eat them now. Oh yeah. That's grotesque. Sorry. Yeah.
I don't think you'll mind this one.
That one's alright.
And then there's people that just do sections.
Like weird.
Kind of tastes like rice pudding, but not.
It tastes familiar. I just couldn't tell you what it is. Love an onion ring.
I love onion rings. So we've just left the Mystic Grill. That was really good. Definitely reasonable too, so it was really good. Did you guys like your dinner? Oh wait, hold up, that's my face. Yes? This is Zoe's drink.
It's backwards.
No, it's not, it won't be
It
backwards.
says, I know you're obsessed with me.
What did you think of the food?
Good. Actually,
Did you all like
enjoyed
it?
Yeah. Enjoyed the cocktails.
Yeah,
All the cocktails that you had.
yeah, all those cocktails that I didn't have. But no, it was really good. What would you give it out of 10? The whole experience, the whole thing.
Well, I had grits. I've never had that before, so it's hard to compare. However, I did really enjoy it, and the shrimp was great. I'd probably give the whole experience like a 9.
Love it.
The cocktails are good too.
Yeah, okay. Whole experience out of 10.
Trying to do
Multi-tan. Hold on. Why are you deliberately taking long? Out of 10. What would you give the whole thing out of 10?
I would say 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10? 9's all round. Wonderful news. But yeah, highly would recommend. And the burger was good, but it was massive. And the fried pickles were delightful. What are you doing? Oh, you've got fancy. For God's sake.
Do you like my new teeth? Use my new veneers?
Do you know what? Did you go to Turkey with those? So stylish. Oh yeah. Can we cross or not?
Yeah, we can.
What is people like? No? I want to know, any American people, is this like a zebra crossing? Let me know. Because 2 cars just drove straight past and then that's crossed, I'm not really sure. Anyway, we are en route to the Airbnb and me and Zoe got puddings. These little suckers didn't get puddings because they're lame. Zoe got a chocolate cake and I got a cheesecake. So we're going to eat those when we get back, very excited about it.
No, we said it's on a dimmer switch, which sometimes is on, sometimes is off, but it's the most dangerous time because Damon can't like judge what he's gonna do next.
Is that how you see it? That we're stuck?
I see it's catch yourself all pretty tight, yeah. Don't get far. Once you're already out, we work.
I thought about blank during my first kiss. Damon in the shower. During my first That's a good one. That is a good one. I thought about Stefan's rose tattoo. This is Zoe's. I thought about a threesome with Tyler and Matt during my first kiss. Was that yours?
I would rather spend every moment in agony than something. And Damon said it. Okay. That makes sense. I would rather spend every moment in agony than Vicky. This is funny because it doesn't make sense. I would rather spend every moment in agony than a PowerPoint presentation with all the reasons Stefan should have ended up with Elena. That was so far as the winner. I would rather spend every moment a 10-hour loop of Damon saying hello right there. Well, I'm going to go with the PowerPoint because I feel like that's the only one that really makes sense.
That one was quite tricky.
That was hard. I couldn't think of the question.
You can't? We've been literally sat here for what feels like hours playing Cards Against Humanity and Among and Out. But we're going to go to bed now. So what is that on my face? Oh, it's a spot. Say goodnight, everybody.
Night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
See you tomorrow. Good morning and welcome to our final full day here in America, which feels insane to say. I can't believe we have vlogged consecutively for 2 weeks. It feels insane to be going home. We do have one more night here obviously, but this is our last full day here, which is just, it's crazy honestly, but I am just so glad we've been here. It's been like the most incredible trip, but also I am so exhausted from all the fun things we've been doing. But basically today, I don't really know what the plan is, and I won't lie to you guys, we woke up late. Like, I don't know what happened last night. I set my alarm for 10 because I thought, do you know what? Have a little lie-in. Like, you guys deserve it. You've been tired. My phone died, even though it had battery. Weird. And we woke up at like 11:30. Awful. The time now, 12:34. Honestly, I don't know what happened there, but we were obviously already tired. But I think the plan for this afternoon, I should say, is we are going to go to brunch. They do brunch at the Mystic Grill, and you can get Damon's pancakes. We're going to have to go. We're going to have to get Damon's pancakes. Also, I don't know whether we're going to go to, there is a Starbucks. It's like 15-minute walk away. But Steph and Beth have both been collecting the little Starbucks. I think it's the Discovery Series mugs. Trust me, So jealous. Wish I'd done it, but also my suitcase weight would not allow it, so it was either books or mugs, so I had to pick one. So we might walk there because they're on the hunt for an Atlanta one. They've got Georgia, they need Atlanta, so we might walk there later on, but I'm not too sure if we're going to do that definitely or not. But yeah, basically that's the plan for today. We're just going to enjoy it. We were going to go to the aquarium, hence the whale shark t-shirt. However, I don't think we're going to bother because as much as it's meant to be incredible and it is like insanely good, it is just a bit of a drive from where we're staying, so I don't know whether it is something we're going to do. Can I open this window or no? Maybe not. Yeah, it is a bit of a drive, so I don't think we're going to do it. I'm currently just looking across the road at Elena Gilbert's house. Very strange that people are going to walk past, but literally that's Elena's house. I'm never going to get used to that. Also, this little town area in Georgia, stunning. Honestly, if I could buy a house here, I so would. It's so cute and such a small town vibe. Like it feels like you're in a movie, like you're literally in a film, because everyone seems to know each other, everyone's so nice, and it's just such a homey feel. Anyway, I'm rambling on for like 3 minutes about God knows what, but basically come along with us for the last day in America. And yeah, I might film a bit tomorrow, it depends, because basically there is this like Salvatore living room tour thing which we really want to do, but if we do it today I probably won't film tomorrow, because we do leave here, as in we get picked up by the Uber at 2:15, so it's probably not going to be much point in me vlogging tomorrow if I'm going to be honest. So it depends on the day. I might very well end the vlogs today, I'm not sure, but anyway, come along with us for a fun-filled day in Mystic Falls. I'm so excited, so let's go. We are on the way to Mystic Grill for breakfast. Are you guys excited for breakfast? Thumbs up all round. So we're going to go and get some Damon pancakes, and then we might do the little living room tour situation. But it's already hot, already melting, so yeah, can't wait. We've just finished our brunch. We had the Damon pancakes. What did you guys think?
Very nice.
Did you like it?
Best pancakes.
Best pancakes. No, I agree. They were really good. They were not very, what's the word? Like dry. They were not dry. They were fluffy, light and fluffy. I wouldn't expect anything less from Damon, to be honest. I feel after that many days making the pancakes, well, I'd have to crack it. But we're just gonna go to the Mystic Mercantile, I think it's called, because that's where they have the like living room tour thing. So we're gonna go and see if we can get tickets to do that, and then have a mooch around the square and go to all the shops and stuff, and then come back hopefully and do the tour, which will be fun. So that's basically that. Also the bell just went off because it's 2 o'clock, but I missed it, so that was really cool too. But anyway, goodbye. sat in the square, and now we're gonna go to our Salvatore living room set experience.
But the special thing about it here is that we salvaged it from the demolishing of the house. So we were able to keep it. The original Salvatore mansion was destroyed in 2015. So you can't go see that one anymore, but at least we were able to recreate this. And then next thing is every brick on the outside. Every brick is an original brick from the Salvatore boarding school and set. So they're not from the house, but they are from the set house. Anytime you see more up close shots of someone walking in, walking out, kind of standing around by the front door, that's on set. So it's these bricks right here. That's pretty cool. We were able to also salvage these since they destroyed the sets as well. But if you guys are ready, you can follow me in. Please take as many photos and videos as you'd like. Hello, welcome in. Thank you. Alright guys, welcome in. This is what we call the grand room of the Salvatore mansion. Like I said, this is our best recreation of it. So it's not exactly like it. We do not have a big enough space, and we don't have every single piece of furniture. There was something on every square inch of that place because it was so massive. But the pieces that you see in here are originals. They all came from prop sales. That's how we were able to buy them and put them in here. Warner Brothers actually sold all of it because they didn't know what they were going to do with it. So we were able to go in, buy all of it, and put it in here. So that's how it was created. Both sets of chairs in here are original. Those up front and these two right here, they're both original sets. When we have actors come in for meet and greets, we sit them right up there at the front. So we've been able to have Ian, Paul, Kai, Enzo, Laurie, the Siren twins, Cole Michelson, Luke, one of the Gemini twins. They've all been in here, so super special having them in here. It was really great. We're very grateful enough to have them in here. They absolutely loved it. It was super special. When Paul and Ian were in here, they did leave a bottle of their bourbon up front, so when you guys walk around, you'll see it, Brothers Bond. It's still sitting up there. And then the Starbucks cup is Cole Michelson's. So we decided to leave it as well. It's still sitting up there. There's actually two because he was in yesterday morning. So we were able to keep that one too. But this left side couch is the original one that Catherine and her daughter died on. So if you remember that scene, that is the original couch. This one on the right side, it is unfortunately not the original one. That is because the original one was donated by Warner Brothers to the Welcome Center. So it's not that we didn't want it, it was just specifically given to them as the show ended. So it's been over there for years, and it was just something that we didn't want to take away from them. What's theirs and theirs, what's ours is ours, so it's kind of a hard thing to go by, but this is a reproduction of it. It's similar, not exact, but at least we don't have it for a reason. It's not like we just didn't get it. It's just over there for a reason. Next thing is these lights right here. These are also not originals. That is because we have no clue what happened to them. So we believe they were either destroyed or taken. Going to those prop sales, these were the one things that we just could not find anywhere. So then we got in contact with the people who moved the stuff, hosted the prop sales, stuff like that. They have no clue either. So they were either destroyed or taken, but these are reproductions. Besides these lights and that couch, everything else is an original. All the cabinets, the knickknacks you see around the room, the decanters, lamps, picture frames, books, all originals. Even the paintings, these paintings specifically are just from around the house. Like I said, a lot of the stuff, we don't know what happened to it. It was either given away, destroyed, stuff like that. So you can see these just scattered around the house. So we just put them in here. But you guys are free to walk around, take pictures, look at everything. Whenever you're ready to go, we can head out. I'm not gonna hold you guys captive back here. This is your experience, so whenever you're done and ready, we can head out. But just please make sure not to sit, touch, lean, bump on anything, and also make sure not to step on the rug for me. But ask me any questions if you need, and you don't have to whisper in here. So if you're talking, you don't have to whisper. It gets really awkward, very quiet. Just, you don't have to whisper. It's not a museum.
Thank you.
indentation. But whatever bullet that they use is still down here at the bottom. So you notice all of that red stuff? It's all the original blood. So it's right there, but it's also right there. So it's pretty cool. Helps show it's also an original. Some people have a really hard time grasping that the things in here are from the show. So having stuff like that is the easiest way. But everything in this foyer is also an original. That's cool.
So we've just done our little Salvatore room tour situation, and there's a guy just driving past with. He's just having a great time listening to music on his bike. But we're going to walk to Starbucks now. It's about a 15-minute walk. We're on the hunt for the... What is with the music situation? Everyone's got their music on bikes out loud. Anyway, yeah, we're going to go to Starbucks because we are on the hunt for an Atlanta mug. And then I'm going to get a drink because I'm thirsty, and also do a little sip. So that's what we're going to do. But now we're just walking out of the Falls area, which was just back there. And this is the current walk situation. Also, it's still very hot, in case you're wondering. It's still warm, still humid. But yeah, good old time. Yeah, you don't have to. So we have just walked back from Starbucks. It was much needed and it was actually really good. Beth, did you like yours?
Yeah, actually really nice.
What would you give out of 10?
Like a good 8.5?
8.5, that's decent. We had caramel macchiatos, ice, they're really good. Now we are just walking to find Matt's house and then Bonnie's house because we haven't seen those ones yet. And it's not too far from our Airbnb. So that is what we're going to do. We've just also been to Scoops and got a few more gifts. But yeah, that's basically the plan. And then we're going to go back to the Airbnb and we're going to try our best to pack as much as possible and squeeze as much more as we can in our suitcases. But then we have to do the dreaded weigh-in and I really don't want to. I've honestly been not looking forward to it because I know mine's going to be heavy, but as long as we get it under 23 kilos, that is the main goal. The hand luggage we're ignoring. It's going to be packed and we're going to hope they don't weigh it. I'll show you guys the houses. I don't know whose house this is, but it's cute. But like I said, we're just on our way to find Matt's house first. And then I think we do a loop and it takes us to Bonnie's house. That house is so cute. That one through there. So nice. I think what I really like about being here though is that every house is totally different. Oh, we've just found Matt's house. There we go. There's Matt's house. I won't lie, I didn't remember it looking like that, to be fair. But that's Matt's house anyway, Matt Donovan's house. How fun. Now on the way to Bonnie's house. I love that one. That is really cute. Look at the little mailbox. We just couldn't have mailboxes at home because people would just steal people's post. Do you know what I mean? I just wouldn't trust people to not steal my letters. Anyway, we are en route now to Bonnie's house. So that one is Grams' house. R.I.P. It looks like it would be Grams' house too. If you guys have seen the show, you'll know who Grams is. Legend. Killed off far too soon, spoiler alert, but there we go. Absolutely love. And then we're just walking down here. Like, honestly, these houses are insane. Look at the size of that. I'm sorry. That is insane. So that one, if you guys have watched Halloween, that house over there is Jason's house. I will show you guys when we get a bit closer if we do. And also, if you guys have watched Vampire Diaries, fun fact, Elena runs down this road. When that guy's like running next to her and she gets freaked out, she runs around this corner right by Jason's house. But I will show you, we'll get closer in a sec. It looks like a creepy house also, I feel. That's it, there we go, Jason's house. And it's massive, which is not surprising. This one is Bonnie's dad's house, Bonnie's house. Look at the cool skeleton. There we go, I think that is Bonnie's house, Bonnie's dad's house. We might have seen it yesterday, but there it is. So fun. And then literally you turn around, you have the Lockwood Mansion again with the sheep out the front. And then you've got Damon on top of the fence. And then you turn this way and you literally have Caroline's house, which is where we're staying, and Elena's house, which you can't actually go on, but it's cool because they're literally next door. But they were saying to us yesterday that they basically picked like main houses and then they would pick other houses on the same street because it was cheaper for them to move the camera around rather than picking houses that were like miles apart. So a lot of the houses from the show are all on the exact same street, which is really interesting. But basically we're back at the Airbnb now, so we're gonna go and try and pack. Pray for me. When you see this, we'll be home, but we are hoping to have it under 23 kilos. We're feeling light, that's what we're feeling. It's been a while since I've caught you guys up, but we have basically been trying to sort out the suitcase situation. As we assumed, it wasn't as bad as we thought, actually, to be fair. My little case is rather overweight, it's the books. Worst case, I'll have to take them out at the airport, but I'm just doing a quick sweep to see if we've got everything. I don't even know. It's hard though, because we're gonna need some of the stuff for tonight anyway, so we can't like fully pack, but I did put in my toiletries and everything just to make sure the weight was okay. My big case is on the cusp, so fingers crossed it's fine. The little case is way over, but we're just going to hope and pray that they don't weigh it at the airport, which honestly. But basically what we're doing now, Zoe's just got a McDonald's, so she's just eating that, and the rest of us have got a Taco Bell because it was one of the places that we really wanted to eat and we haven't. So I think what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take my makeup off, put all my little like purse bits in my big bag because I'm not going to need much of this tomorrow. I am going to obviously need like my purse and stuff, but my camera bits I'm not going to need, which is really sad. I feel I'm going to miss the daily vlogging thing, but I do have about 12 hours worth of footage to edit when I get home, which is going to be great. But yeah, I'm going to go and grab my travel-on bag, sort that out. Obviously I have got Dumbo. Have I introduced you to Dumbo? We have Dumbo, who's been here for the ride. So yeah, I'm going to sort my bag out. I'm going to eat Taco Bell, which I'm very excited about. I'm hungry, I'm so hungry. I ordered a meal. We've got a Mountain Dew Midnight Freeze, God knows what that drink is, Crunchwrap Supreme, and 2 tacos. One is Dorito, one is normal, it comes with chips, it comes with cheese. It's gonna be great. It's like fresh.
Yeah.
It does just taste like a frozen Sprite-y Mountain Dew. Yeah.
I don't think it's particularly energy drinky.
No, it's not.
I don't think that.
We're doing our final tidy up. I'm going to end the vlog because we need to do a really big blitz of the Airbnb and basically get off to bed. But yeah, we're going to go. I hope you guys enjoyed coming to America with us. And for the final time, say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody!
Goodbye.